Hello everybody and welcome back to UKG 2024. I'm here at the Vynestra stand with Modge and Rachel. And, sorry, for some reason Podge was stuck in my head and I have no idea why. I got absolutely blown away walking past this yesterday by the look and thought I definitely had to come back and have a chat with you to see exactly what it was. So, what is Vynestra?
Okay, so Vynestra is a 5e compatible campaign setting set in the ancient classical historical world. It is a late Roman Republic inspired world, but we definitely have influences from other cultures like Germanic tribes, Grecians, a whole different plethora of cultures and flavors at your doorstep, and naturally they don't always get along. So this is mainly set in our Rome-flavoured empire called the Alderaan Empire. And we have a couple of different books. We have 5 on offer at the moment, which offer different inspirations for DMs depending on what they want to add to their game. So we have one that covers a whole new pantheon of gods, a magic system, some new subclasses, some new spells, and a new magic system called Embers, which basically allows your character to rise through a path of godhood, basically. It allows you to add a little bit more flavour beyond the basic classes. So if I was to play a rogue, for example, that narrows you onto a certain track, but through Embers, which bond you to a certain god, maybe that's going to add a little bit more flavour beyond the natural rogue stereotype. Yeah.
The Embers that really interested me when you explained it to me yesterday. Do you want to give people a brief sort of overview of Embers, how they work and how they appear on the characters?
Yeah, of course. So Embers are essentially a soul bond with a god. You sacrifice part of your soul to make a contract with a god. They take form in a minor or a major ember. A minor ember might be something like a +1 to insight or some small sort of skill. A major ember is more advanced skill. So, for example, we have a god called Quor, who's our war god, and from him you can get an ember called Quor Sweeping Edge, which allows you to hit multiple enemies with one strike. They take the appearance of a tattoo on a body. So some people, they have slip beasts, which are these creatures that they're pulling from another dimension, and that might burst forth from a tattoo. Rachel doesn't like them very much. So you can use it, and like if it's a weapon, you can like pull it from you. If it's just an ability, it glows and lights up. And then with the embers, you can also char them, and it takes on this blackened appearance because you're kind of sacrificing further that part of soul, and it can kill you because, again, it's damaging your very being. And that then gives it a boon, so that ember becomes more powerful. It gives it an extra effect. If it's Great Berry, for example, because one of our gods can give you that even if you're not a druid, you can have 3 berries, and then when you char it, it takes you to 6 berries, for example. I'm not sure if that's the exact numbers, but that's just an example for you. Eventually, with the amount of embers that you're taking on, that will lead you to demigodhood, essentially, because that much of your soul is now intertwined with the deity.
I love the idea of it. I also love the fact that it marks you. And it's very easy when you're playing a game, especially when there's different gods and factions, and maybe they don't always get along. And sometimes you're going, well, our holy paladin is X, and we've just gone into a town where they're very anti-X, but we're just going to keep him quiet and bluff. Harder to do when you're festooned with tattoos that mark you.
Exactly. As Rachel said, there's a lot of, because it's the Alderaan Empire, they are invading people. If you are one of the enemy barbaric states and they see you with embers, they will instantly recognize you as a higher threat because you have higher power. So it's all very interesting and political in that sense, yeah.
So the books then, they cover a wide range of things, but they're all sort of self-contained within your world, within this universe, which means you don't need to tack them onto another setting. They can be used sort of whole cloth as your own.
Yeah. We have a complete city setting, which is the Deveros, the Amethyst Crown, and that is our capital city. We have a standalone book just for that. It's a beefy tome. There's 700 different locations in that. The idea is you can cherry pick anywhere on our map, and there is NPCs already ready to roll there for you. There's plot hooks, there's crime, there is taverns and bathhouses and everything ready to go. So you can just drop a DM in that point and they know they're ready to rock, basically.
And one of the things that I absolutely adored is the little nutshell book. because when people are picking up new RPG settings, sometimes, unless you've managed to get your hands on a copy from somebody else, it's difficult to know whether or not you want to invest in a lot of real estate and a lot of hardback. But tell us what's in the nutshell.
So, our nutshell, we wanted to give people a flavour, give them an overview of our world, our gods, the embers most importantly, and also we've got a couple of unique subclasses, so it mentions a couple of those. What it does is it samples little bits from all of our books and just gives you a lovely taste and an overview. So if you go, oh yeah, I really want to implement that into my ongoing campaign or run a new campaign, it just gives you a bit of inspiration and as well as a summary of our campaign in general.
So this is all set up for 5e, is it? Yeah. Do you have plans to go beyond this then?
We do have plans to convert to Pathfinder eventually. We do have one of our one-shots called Route to the Grapevine available at the moment, which is available for Pathfinder 2e. We would like to convert. We are just taking a bit more time to fully understand that system before converting all of our stat blocks, because that's quite a tricky process.
Yeah.
So yeah, we do have plans for that in the future.
But then role players are always a productive initiative lot. Once you have the setting and the details, if you're not running 5e or not running Pathfinder, if you're doing one of your own homebrews, the devil's in the detail. That's what you need, and you can sort of spin it off from there. If people can't get to the Expo, where can they find out more?
Yeah, so we actually have a Kickstarter which closed last year. We do still have a website, and we're opening pre-orders for our books and some of our little accessories like dice and coins coming up soon as well. We do have Twitter and we have Facebook as well.
Okay. And is it just Vynestra then?
Vynestra.com, yeah.
Well, folks, I hope you've had a look at this, loved it as much as I have. Check out the website. If you're here at the Expo, come to the back of Hall 1. You'll just see them opposite the Pandas playtest area, and check out a fantastic range of RPG books. We're going to move on and see what else is at the Expo.